It's time. So I hope everybody is doing well. It's the voice of CM with CMH Business Solutions coming to you live from the historic state of Alabama. Yes. Hey, Roxanne. So we are just gathering on Thursday to talk about business solutions, share different tips, and just whatever you want to share. Give updates, what's going on with you, just networking, and all of the things. I am so glad to have my friend here that I have not seen in quite a while. Um, I am going to turn the mic over to you, Queen. Um, well, let me say this. We gather here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, just to gather and bond and just talk about business solutions and tips and what's going on in our world. So, for at least 30 minutes to an hour. So, how about that? Yeah. Roxanne, I am going to toss the mic to you, and you know what to do, girl. You know what to do. How you been doing? Long time no hear, no see your PTR. Go ahead.
I've been just really busy. I'm doing good. I've been just working, at my main job and focusing a little bit on my candle business more. I actually made two sales on my website finally. Woohoo! And the customers, my ladies that bought them for me, absolutely love them. I even threw some free product in with the first orders. So I told my husband, I said, should I throw in a few extra items, just to say thank you because they were my first two orders, and he said why not, so I did, and the ladies were both surprised. They were like, I didn't know you were going to give me that. I said yeah. So yeah, I've been just really focusing on my candle business, and I'm actually going to probably start making some more tomorrow for my next big events. I have one at the end of this month, and then I have, I think, three in April. Well, yeah, already we're in April already. I mean, one in April and then three in May. So yeah, I've just been busy.
That is so exciting to hear. I love this new profile pic that you got. Is that is it part of your new
Yeah,
branding?
it's my
Uh,
logo. I have my website developer actually created that for me. So I just use that as my logo and my business logo, like for everything, my business cards and my um my table runner that I have. So I ordered a table runner off of the Amazon, and that it came out beautiful. So yeah, I'm using this all in all of my advertisements. So people will know actually where to find me. And they ask me, hey, where's your website? I'm like, that's my exact website, Vanilla Bean Dreams Candle Co. All you have to do is Google Vanilla Bean Dreams candles, and it will come pop up right in the first search engine for it. Or even if you Google candles in Woodland, California, mine should be one of the first ones to pop up.
Well, that's absolutely cool. So, you are welcome to put your information in the chat. I didn't do any of the things. As you can see, I have not pinned the link. I'm running behind. So let me go ahead and pin this link. But yeah, go ahead and put your information in the chat. So, um, when people come and listen to the the replay, they will have that already. Are you connected to Insta? Yeah, you are. You're connected to Instagram, right?
Yeah, I am. I was just copying a link, so my website will be just posted here. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot. I'm doing so much for my business, like focusing on just not just my candles, but excuse me, also I'm working on a body spray base and a room spray base, and I have soaps that I'm doing, and then I'm also doing body butters and sugar scrubs and wax melts. I have a lot of little projects that I have to get ready for my honey festival, which is the first week of May, first weekend in May in Woodland. We have the honey festival. It's the largest honey festival in the entire United States, and up to 100,000 people go. So I'm getting ready for that. And then the weekend after that, I'm getting ready for my strawberry festival. And I've even gotten some suppliers to make wooden dough bowls for me, which are candle proof because they have a fire retardant on them and they're refillable. That's the one thing I really love about them. Unlike my candle jars, they can be refilled.
Well, look at me. I forgot to say congratulations to you for your two sales, girl. That's a big deal. And I am so glad that you decided to throw in some extras. Did you let them know that they was like sale number one and sale number two?
Yeah, yeah, because I didn't even have like thank you cards, and I told my husband, I was like, you know what, let me just Google thank you images on Amazon, not on Amazon, on the internet, and I printed off a really pretty one, and then I just wrote on it, thank you for being my first customer, and as a thank you, I threw in this extra gift for you for free. Please let me know what you think, and if possible, please leave a review on my Yelp and my website so that people can see in my products, and you know, it will pop up on their search engine first. Because the higher my rates are, the higher that people will see my products and want to order it. And I'm also working on getting my cottage license so that I can make baked goods out of my home.
Yeah, you're a busy little bee. Oh my goodness, but I am so proud of you. I'm glad everything has been working out for you. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna check out your website because I just love all of the things. I love melts especially. Okay.
Yeah, I made a custom. Well, I need to make them more because I sold out of them at my last show. I did strawberry watermelon and they completely sold out. And then I need to order some more strawberry rhubarb fragrance oils because people were loving that one. And then I have a bunch of other waxes. I mean, not a bunch of other oils that I have. I tell people because they ask me if I can make them a candle, with a certain scent. And I said, well, I can. I said, I have over 200 fragrance oils at my house. This is when I'm at events, and there's only so much you can bring. You can't bring all 200 fragrances. I said, well, if you really truly do want to order a certain scent, you have to come over to my house and you can smell my products and I can make it for you. Because I'll make a few of them. I'll make about 6 or 8 of them, between 6 and 8 of the product. And
Mm-hmm.
that way I can have back for other customers, but not necessarily too much just because I don't know how it's going to sell. Like one of mine I absolutely hate. It's called Smoker's Lounge, and it smells so pungent. It smells like a smoker's lounge, quite literally. And that one is one of my worst sellers, only because it's just a unique smell. And I get people that will buy it every great once in a while. Like they'll buy it from me in the events that I do, and my husband goes, "Don't bring it." And I'm like, "Mike, you never know. You might have that one customer that wants it." I said, and you know, and I don't make it too often. And when I do, I have to wear a mask because I just don't like the smell.
That is funny. That is funny. So are you, tell us where else we can find you. So we know we can find you on
I'm on
Insta.
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And my goal is sometime in April, if I find the time, to start and create a YouTube account with how we make candles and what we use and what we don't use and why we don't use certain things, and educate people, because I always love to explain to people what I use and what I don't use and why I don't use the products that I don't use. Like I've had customers ask me why I don't use essential oils in my candles, and I explain to them that essential oils are notoriously toxic in candles because the VOCs change once that chemistry and wax mix. And they become extremely toxic not only to you, but to your dogs and cats. Lavender can kill a cat, tea tree oil can kill a dog, eucalyptus can kill the animals. Some essential oils can make women go into premature labor. And I tell them, I said, just because they're natural doesn't make them safe. And then they turn around and they tell me, well, I bought a candle from this girl at the farmer's market here in Woodland, and she says she uses natural fragrance oils. And I said, there's no such thing as natural. That's just her saying she's using essential oils. And I said, and you need to be very careful and very mindful of what those products are that you are buying, because they are notoriously toxic. And she goes, okay. I even had the farmer's market lady tear me a new one when I was at a event about 3 years ago at a Christmas event. She yelled at me and she told me I didn't know what I was talking about. And I had to bite my tongue for a minute, and then she came over and she started barking at me again. And I told her, I said, I'm not going to tell you this. I said, if you don't get out of my face, something's going to happen. And then I told her, I said, I don't use essential oils because they are toxic. And she goes, you don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to ruin Anna's reputation. I said, first of all, I'm not trying to ruin her reputation. I'm not trying to ruin her business. Each business is different. Mine is, I said, unlike her, I know the facts. I don't just like put snake oil. I say, I've been making candles for almost 4 years now. And this is like when I was barely into it, about a year and a half into my making. I said I've done extensive research. I didn't just wake up one day and say I was going to make candles. I'm going to test my candles. I'm going to make sure my candles are safe for people. I'm going to make sure that they actually smell like what they smell. Like for example, my black sea is my black sea. It's a masculine smell. My pumpkin souffle is pumpkin souffle. Blitz and Sprat is peppermint. And then I have Elf Farce, which is a peppermint mocha. I said, I'm very descriptive with my fragrances and my products. And I want them to smell exactly like they're, said. So when you have your candle lit in your home. I said, however, I will never ever use essential oils in my home because they are toxic. And don't you dare try to tell me I am not and that I don't know anything, because I've done research, 2.5 years of research, and I've seen animals die and premature and women go into premature labor because of uneducated people. So you need to really start educating her. I know she's only in her 20s, but you need to educate her about the safety of candles. And then not only that, but she cannot claim to heal or treat or cure any diseases or any medicinal things, because that is a lawsuit, because she's not in the medical field and she's not a doctor. And that is against the law. And she looks at me and she goes, you need to shut up. You don't know what you're doing. I said, okay, you know what? Whatever. To each their own. She can fail or strive on her own, but I'm just telling you what I know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, one thing I need to tell you is that what I'm doing with with this, with my Clubhouse space, is I'm repurposing it over on my YouTube channel. That's one of the things that I am doing with this, because I'm building up my YouTube as well, and stuff. And there's an excellent um replay on my gee whiz. I'm gonna have to call her back. There's an excellent video where I popped into my friend's space here on Clubhouse, and he has started this what I want to say, this episode, I guess, this series about, it was Let's Talk YouTube with Sack Black. And so, and I just so happened to jump into his first space, and girl, he has challenged us to okay, he has challenged us to post something every day. So, and so I do this one as my long form, and then the rest of them for the week will be shorts and stuff. So, and it's exciting because I hear other people now, they're saying, Cheryl, I seen your short come up on my feed. I seen it. I didn't even have to go look for you. I seen it come up on my feed. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. So I am just sharing that with you because, just do a little bit. It don't take a lot, but it is going to take being consistent. So, you know,
Yeah. And then even my husband, he wants to do YouTube because he can do like voices and stuff. I mean, he's really funny. sound just like Forrest Gump. Like, Forrest Gump, he can sound that. He can do a lot of voices. And I tell him, like, Mike, you really do need to do your voices because people will like that. I said, even if you create a TikTok account of you acting like an idiot, people will buy into that and pay you for that shit.
You are absolutely correct. Because what I do, I am doing faceless content. So, like I said, with this one, I've come up with um a picture, an image for the Clubhouse, so that when they see it, they know that it's about Clubhouse. The Clubhouse replay and whatnot. So yeah. But all the other ones, I reached back into my TikTok where I was showing my face, and they were just shorts. So I do those on Thursday as my throwback Thursday. So, and then all the other ones, let's see, I came up with the business affirmation. So I do that on one day. So every day there's a different something something, you know. Um so I did do that, but it's working. So yeah, just learning different stuff there. Um I don't know. So where else are you marketing? Where else are you marketing? I heard you mention something about Yep. I don't
Yeah,
do
Yelp.
Yep. I
I
don't do Yep.
Yelp. Yeah, well, Yelp was free, so my business just popped up on Yelp. So I don't advertise it, and then I advertise on TikTok. I'll Every now and again I'll just pay for an ad when I get a new product out, and I'll just say, okay, you know what? Let me just pay for an ad on TikTok so I can get the views up and get more followers on my page. I really do need to do like 30-second videos on my TikTok so I can get my following up. It's just finding the time to do it because I do work full time. You know, I have a full time job, and then I have my international student job where I'm the coordinator of UC Educations, and I have to manage kids, and they want me to do more, but I told him, I said, I can't, you can't, squeeze blood out of a turnip you can't. I said, I don't have enough time to do everything you want me to do. You're going to have to find someone else to do it for you because this guy is crazy. He wants me to go to a school 3 times a week for 8 hours a day. And I'm like, and talk to these kids. I said, how am I going to talk to these kids? They have school. I don't have time to do that. So he's looking for someone else to do that, at least in Sacramento, but I'll have the kids here in Woodland to just manage, which is much more manageable for me because I live here in Woodland and I don't have to drive 35-45 minutes in traffic. And with if I need to go to the kids' houses, I'm like a 5-minute drive. So I do that, and then my CNA work, which is even getting even heavier, and working my candle business. And then in September, I'm manifesting going back to school for medical assistant so that I don't have to do CNA work anymore and I can just still do the patient care, but not so much patient care, if you know what I mean, like just doing vitals and stuff, or taking blood work, like phlebotomy, or just making doctor's appointments for patients. That way I don't have so much on my page and I'm not so tired when I get home from work. And I can actually focus on growing my candle business and working on YouTube, etc.
Exactly, exactly. And look, I used to do CNA work as well. And of course, God retired me from that by way of my notary business, being a notary loan signing agent. But I seen this lady, this TikTok just today where she was talking about that she became a, what do you call it, radiology, where they take the x-rays and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, a wise person said, if you go to school to take x-rays, whatever they call that person, and whatnot. You make just as much money as the nurses. I was like, golly, I would, but I'm not. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that's interesting. That is really interesting. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you want to stay in the
Yeah,
medical field, but you don't
yeah,
want to be doing all the personal care stuff, you know.
yeah. And see, with the medical assistant, it's not like CNA care. I don't have to lift. I don't have to transfer. I don't have to do all of that patient care. I don't have to take them to the toilet, etc. All I do is take vitals and type in the notes for the doctor, and then the doctor comes in and treats the patient because I'm not a doctor. The doctor would have to do that. So it would be a lot easier. I wouldn't have to feed the patient, get the patient up, or breakfast, make sure that they're there on time for their appointments, etc. I would just be there just to say, I'm here to take your vitals, what is going on with you, so that I can type it in for the doctor that the doctor can know. Or I would sit down in an office and check patients in, take their insurance information, or make schedule appointments. Those are what I would do. It would be a lot easier than what I'm doing now, and get paid more money too.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. Well, I'm gonna have to get off of here, Roxanne, because I got one person calling me. Um, I told him he could call me once he got home. Now he's telling me I'm only gonna be here for 20 minutes. Hurry up and whatnot. So I need to call him.
Okay. Well,
And yeah, I just got people calling me
oh,
now.
I know how it is. My
So
phone
my
always blows up.
goodness.
I'm surprised my phone isn't blowing up right now either.
But listen, I am so glad that you stopped in. This might be cool where I just invite different people just one at a time and just do like an interview with them, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and like if you're wanting me to do an interview for your YouTube, let me know. I know because you said it's faceless. We can just it's like a phone conversation, and you can record it, and you can just ask me
but
about
this
what.
is, yeah, this is that. This is
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been up. Forgive me. I've been up since 4 a.m. So, but yeah, if people are looking for candles, they can follow. Find me at Vanilla Bean Dreams with a Z at the end, Candle Co. So Vanilla Bean Dreams, Candle Co. And they can come and see me in person in beautiful Woodland, California, or they can see me in person on the first Saturday in May, which is, let me look at my calendar right now, May 3rd, I believe it is. Yes, May 3rd at the California Honey Festival in downtown Woodland, California, or the 10th and the 11th at the Strawberry Festival at the fairgrounds in Woodland, California. So I will have 2 weekends, and I'm getting ready for it all.
Okay, cool beans. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, and I hope I don't forget, um, I am going to put all your information in the description
Yes.
section over on YouTube, so the people can know that it's there. I try to say that every time that anything that I share, the links and whatnot.
And my phone
Um,
number is also on my website, as well as my Instagram and most of my social media except for my TikTok. So my personal cell phone number is on Instagram, and
okay.
my um, TikTok, not my TikTok, sorry, my website. So if they need to call me or text me, I prefer text. That way I can just answer them quickly.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, well, it was good seeing you. And like I said, I'll be back next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, same place, same channel. Okay.
Okay. Have a good night.
So, good night. Bye bye.
Bye.